It is the middle of the coldest winter in living memory in Afghanistan. Over 900 people have died from the cold here so far this season. Roads are blocked by deep snow, and snowstorms and blizzards have grounded the helicopters. I'm on the first chopper in 2 weeks that's been able to reach this remote US base at Zormat in the eastern border province of Paktia. Despite the extreme conditions, the war here in eastern Afghanistan is still being fought. As soon as I arrive, I join these troops from the US 82nd Airborne, heading out for a 10-day patrol in temperatures that at night, on the high plateaus, drop to minus 30 Celsius. Their greatest fear? IEDs, improvised explosive devices, an increasingly common form of attack learnt from their devastating success in the Iraq insurgency.
61 IEDs from mid-September through late November, and ballpark about 120, 130 mortar rounds and rockets fired at us. The small arms fire is far and few between. They really don't want to stay. They don't want to stay and fight toe to toe with us. You know, so they do a lot of harassment fire, hit and runs, and they tend to attack the most during like full moons or when the lunar cycle's on the high end.
I think it's full moon at the moment, isn't it?
It's pretty close, so you know what they say with a full moon.
It's been called a tasteless marketing gimmick, but the Repo Home Tour is doing a roaring trade. Stockton, about 100 kilometres east of San Francisco, is among the American cities worst hit by the housing market's collapse. It's been flooded by forced sales, as more and more homeowners succumb to the rising interest rates often locked into subprime mortgages. At the height of the real estate boom, these homes were among the most expensive in the region. Now they're going for a song.
This is a small appetizer. We're going to hit some big ones in a minute.
Cesar Diaz, who's been running the Repo Home Tour for more than 5 months, insists he's performing a public service.
They're already gone, they're already vacant, and they have to be sold. So I would say the areas, the communities that we're showing are actually happy and glad that these properties are being sold quickly, so they're not vacant properties sitting there getting deteriorated.
The impact of home foreclosures extends well beyond individual neighbourhoods. More empty homes means lower property taxes and cutbacks in residential services. Local officials say profit-hungry banks must take a large share of the responsibility for Stockton's predicament.
I won't say all lenders and banks were to blame, but certainly there were segments of lending community that clearly, if not conducting illegal practices, very unethical practices in terms of how they were qualifying people for mortgages.
Just as they were falling over each other to sell cut-price mortgages, the banks are now scrambling to offload a glut of very cheap houses.
There's not much action here at Rebel Central Police Station. For much of the time, the patrol cars sit idle. Station Sergeant Andrew Menham told me the limited fuel rationed to the police is used mainly to ferry officers to and from work.
Most of the time we run out of diesel. We don't have NCAP. Sometimes we don't have stationaries to do our court papers.
And how about this for a holding cell? We're actually in the police foyer. Padlocks, 1, 2, 3, and chains, all set for an overnight stay. Donors have supplied just about everything else here, from computers to air conditioners. police have little money, low morale, and not much energy.
They've thrown in the towel. It's a serious issue. They don't really give a damn anymore.
The business people in this town have backup power supplies and backup water. And this is their backup law enforcement. They've joined up as reservists in the Royal Papua New Guinea Police Force.
We've got a number of firearms, mostly 12 gauge and various pistols, 9mm and 40 calibre pistols.
After 1 week's training a few months ago, the reservists have the same clout as any other police officer in town. But the end of a business day signals the start of a long working night for these volunteer guardians of law and order.
Of staff, please proceed at the burrow. Again, to all the members of staff, please proceed at the burrow.
Ito po kasi pang religious ano po, hindi naman na panuorin lang na ano. Kaya pagdating po nila dito, ini-entertain namin sila.
It's summer, and here in the southern Arctic the ice has melted, though there's still snow on the distant mountains. For just a few months, towns like Iqaluit on Baffin Island, the capital of the territory of Nunavut, are accessible by sea.
And now, CKIQ News Headlines. It's 7 degrees in Rankin Inlet and 9 degrees in Iqaluit at 8 a.m. I'm Ken Driscoll with your CKIQ News.
But there is renewed interest in the Arctic and its buried treasure, which includes potentially huge reserves of oil and gas. To protect it, these clear skies and pristine waters are experiencing something of an invasion.
Integrated as never before, our Canadian forces are better suited to meet the current defense needs of our country and this continent. A more relevant force in the new international security environment.
Historically, the Canadian military has focused its patrols on the Pacific Ocean to the west and the Atlantic to the east. It has all but ignored the Arctic. Now it's also flexing its muscles here.
Joint Task Force North, ready to protect and defend Canadians at home.